Hello everybody. Angie here. I am coming on to do my collage make for hashtag Faith-Filled Collaging 2026. This is a creative series that myself and Anna G over at Making Joyful Journals have created at the beginning of the year. This is a year-long series. We normally do it twice a month. Every other Wednesday, we try to get our videos posted, but it is not a requirement. You can post at any time, of course, and we would love to have you if this is something that interests you. This is a series where we combine our love for the Lord and our love for crafting and mesh the two together and do a collage. We let the prompts and the elements kind of speak to you and just create whatever you would like. Okay, this is a prompted series. This year, which is our third year in this series, we change it up every time, and this year we kind of just required just a focal image and a primary color, and that's all, and just kind of let you get as creative as you want to in this year's series. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into this. I have a lot of elements that I want to work with today. I don't know how it's going to turn out. As I always say, I always have something in mind. You know, kind of when I look at the verse, something pops up and I kind of go on that. But you never know how things are going to turn out or change. All right, and that's part of the fun. Just get creative with it and just have a good time. Let the words speak to you and guide you and see what you come up with. It's so much fun. We are having a great time. We have some other people joining in this series with us. All the requirements, all the lists, the guidelines, everything will be in the description box below. So again, if this is something that interests you, please tag us, let us know so we can support your videos and your makes. All right. How is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. And let's get this baby started. We are at June 3rd. Make sure I'm in frame. The Bible verse is Psalms 23, verses 1 through 3. The focal image is a shepherd, and the primary color is beige. Other than that, you can include and incorporate anything you want. And keep in mind, it doesn't necessarily really have to be a collage. If you're like a journaler, you know, a junk journal, and you want to make it into a journal page or a tag or a pocket, you know, just use those elements and just get creative. Have some fun. Do whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's get this baby going. Now, this verse, it's one of my favorites, and there are so many different things that popped into my head that that crossed my mind. But since we're focusing on verses 1 through 3 of this, that's why I chose the pieces that I did. Okay, so let's see what I can come up with. All right, I have got a lot of bits here, so I hope you hang in through to the end and see the finished look and see what we end up with, because I don't even know for sure. I am going to attempt to kind of make like a valley, if so to speak, if I can. So we're going to leave all the little fussy cut elements for last. And I grabbed all the little scrap pieces, and some of them I had to tear off of some larger 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardstock. So I've just grabbed all kinds of shades of green that I had, okay, which I got 1, 2, basically just 3, maybe, kind of, I guess you would call that kind of a green. And then that's kind of a green, but it's kind of a teal as well, but I thought it would tie in. Okay, 4, and then a piece of beige, okay, cardstock. All right, and I did some markings on the back side. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so let's see what we can come up with. So like I said, I wanted to kind of make like a little valley looking scene, and that kind of doesn't go, but we're gonna go with it because that's the only colors I have, and I think the more shades the better. So I wanted to kind of layer them, you know, like that, so to speak. But since it's going to be like a valley, we need to dip it down in, I'm thinking. I'm just gonna use that as a guide. That first one and kind of go from there. You know, kind of like that. And then take that next one. And then the next one. Okay, something like that. That kind of looks a little bit more appropriate. Just take away that little white bit right there. What do you think? Let's see. Maybe? Okay, and then what I was thinking, I think we're gonna go with that. And I wanted to make kind of like a little narrow little path, like a, not necessarily a path, like a little dirt, cobble, rocky path. So I did some markings with a couple different shades of colored pencil. They're supposed to look like little stones and little rocks. So I thought maybe we'd do like a little path through here. So let me make it, because I'm looking at this. It might make it, but let me just kind of show you. I was just making literally just some little round, oval, little kind of circles. Kind of going back and forth. And I'm hoping it will kind of blend in as we put the page together. Okay, something like that. So let's tear that away. I'm going to try not to get too ahead of myself and glue anything down until the end. So it's wider, and then as we go up, it gets narrower. So we're just going to do a little, just a little something, something here. Kind of something like that. And we got to have some beige in there as well, because that's the color that we have to use. So let's use another piece of this in here. Maybe break up these two colors a little bit. What do you think about that? Or should I bring it up to the top? And I don't think we need much. I'm thinking just a little piece, actually. Maybe just a little bit, like right there. And then with the path, what do you think? I kind of like that. Okay, let's start with that. And if I need to add some more, I will. I brought a whole bunch of different inks. So we're going to start there. hang in there with me, guys. I'm hoping this will be something by the time we're done. Might take a little bit longer than usual, but I hope you'll hang in there with me. Okay, and I'm not going to re-ink my, because I want it to be a little bit lighter on each different shade on each one, but I'm going to go through this and hit this with some brown as well. But as you notice, I'm not re-inking my blending tool. I'm just going with what I've got. Okay, I'm kind of liking the thought of it right at the moment. So now I'm just going to lightly tack these pieces down where I want them. So let me grab some glue here. And I like that first one right there, so I'm going to be doing some tucking other elements in there and working some other pieces in there as well. I'm just going to do a little dab of glue on each end. Just to kind of tack it in place. I actually kind of like that color combo. Okay, and then the path, which is not quite long enough, but we'll make it work. Okay, so I'm going to have to trim that down. So let's see where I want that. Oops. Okay, let me bring my cutter up. I'm going to try and work rapidly, guys, so I won't keep you too long. Alrighty. I'm liking it so far. I'm going to bring a little more ink in. A little more ink to this little piece there. Okay, I think that's enough brown. And my scissors. Around these corners just a bit so I can fit them on my page a little better. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just so they're not sticking out. Those little corners aren't sticking out. All right, let's put that down. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to put anything along the bottom. But I always say that, and then I'm That'll hold that down. Okay, now I have all my other elements. Let's bring all that in. I have trees and bush and shrubs and things like that. And these I got out of a digital page, and I just fussy cut them the best I could. And that, now that I see it, is a big tree. And I got another tree, and then I got a little shrub piece here. See, we can maybe tuck it in, I was thinking. That's a big tree. I wasn't expecting it to look so big. But we could use just a bit of it. Maybe not use the whole thing, maybe just use a piece of it. Well, I'm going to cut it down, so we're going to find out. Kind of like those rocks, so I'm going to keep those out. I'm cutting away a lot of that tree, aren't I? Maybe just a piece right there in that corner, and then maybe this one. Maybe this one over here. I kind of like that. And then I've got this little piece of shrub here. I like that, so let's trim that down. Okay, we're going to start there and work upward. I like that. So as I said, this is a collage with prompts, but it's, you know, like I said, just kind of do what speaks to you, and have some fun. Okay, we're going to put that down. Okay, I'm all right with that. Let's see what else I've got. I could use this other portion of a tree. Maybe layer it. Okay, I'm not going to put that down yet. We need to do, I just realized, see, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to do something with this top portion. See, I need to lift that up. So we need some blue of some sort. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to use some, I have this envelope here. Nope, it's not long enough. I'm just going to grab a piece of copy paper. Did I have? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Because I have some different ink colors, and I think yep, that'll fit across. Okay. Let's just color this in with some, I've got some blue and some pink and some green, and we're going to make a light sky, okay? So let's start with this tumbled glass. It's a very pale baby blue, okay? That's a little big, but we'll work with it. Okay. And I'm going to move this for a moment, and we're just going to color this in. And I've already got some other color on there, which will be fine. Looks like a little green was on there. We can work with that. And let's bring in a little, I have a yellow, but it's a really bright yellow, so I thought maybe this antique linen would kind of work as like a pale sky color. Let's see how that works. See, and it kind of comes in as a kind of yellow when you put it with the other colors. And that's exactly what I thought, so that'll work. Okay. And we're going to bring in some more blue, because that yellow is really bright. And so we're going to tone that down. Okay, that will work for me. I don't know what happened to my lid, but we're gonna bring my book back in. And we're gonna just put this behind. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Down we go. Oh, that looks really nice, actually. I'm really pleased with that. Okay, I'm glad I thought about that. Okay, and I like the softness in the difference in paper that sky brings. I really like that. I'm very pleased with that. Okay, we're good there. So we can go ahead and put our tree down. Okay, and I haven't, yeah, did I put that down? Okay. What else do I have? And I was considering this right here. Yep. Okay. Okay. I'll cut that off. Sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Just trying to hold it. Okay. How's that looking, guys? What do you think? I also grabbed, let's see, do we want to use that? I almost wish it was over here, but we're going to go ahead and use it. I fussy cut it out, and if you know, fussy cutting is very time consuming. So I'm not going to waste my hard work. I like it. Okay, I'm pleased with that. All right, I also have this little piece of grass. It was a die cut, and I thought maybe we can, I don't know, do we need it? I'm gonna snip. So I was thinking maybe a little patch here and a patch there, kind of thing. Because, you know, this is a valley. It's grown, you know, wild grass, and everything is kind of wild. You don't know what's going to be where. Maybe put a little piece there. Put a piece under there. Snip another one. And tuck them in little random spots here. Okay, I like that. Now, what else can we do? I also grabbed some stickers. Oh, I've got this other little boulder that I found in my, we need something there. Maybe put that there. I've got this little piece of tree left that could kind of work as a bush. Maybe put that there. Okay, I'm liking it. It's filling in. I did also grab anything that I thought that had greenery. I grabbed some stickers, and I thought maybe we can, I don't think it really needs that though, do you? Let's see. I mean, I can cut away the white. I don't think it really needs it though. And I grabbed a bird. Oh no, hold on to the bird. I don't think we need these other stickers though. But I do like the idea of using this other piece of tree branches. We're gonna use it to look as another bush. So we're gonna put that there. Let's see. Okay. I think I want to hit it with just a dab of brown. I'm liking it. Okay. Let's see. I'm thinking that's looking pretty good, guys. I'm pleased with it. Now the bird does not go. I like the idea of having a little bird in here, but the colors don't really go. Okay, so we're going to stop there, and we're going to focus on the focal image and the Bible verse. Now for the focal image, this is a freebie, excuse me, that we provide, and again, that link is in the description box below. But I don't think I'm going to use that. I kept it just in case. But I also had in the same digital, I had this shepherd here. And I fussy cut him out like 3 times and layered him so he would kind of stand out a little bit. And see where we want to place him. See, again, sometimes, again, I stuck things down a little too soon here because I'm thinking about like right here. But it looks like they're standing on the bush, see? I'm not going to get that up. Maybe something like that. That'll work. We're going to go with that there. And I'm not even going to move him. I'm just going to try to bend him over and put him down. Let's move him just a little bit to the left. Okay. And we got a little dimension because I layered him. I thought about putting him on some foam tape, but I thought about it after the fact, which would have been a lot easier, but that's okay. I like that. Okay. I really like that a lot. Okay, I'm pleased with that. Let's see about the Bible verse now. And again, that is a freebie that's downloadable and you can print it in the description box. Let's cut that out. Just trying to make things easier for you guys. If it's helpful, use it. It's there for you. If you have an idea of your own, do that. Definitely do, you guys, okay? Have some fun with this. All right, guys, I think what I'm going to do, I printed this out. Where's the Psalms portion? I lost it. Hold on. It's here somewhere. Then again, maybe not. All right, I lost it. But I had printed up Psalms 23, 1 through 3. So since I don't have that, I'm going to just write it out. Let me grab a marker. I think that'll be nice anyway. I just had a thought. We can, let's see. Now my writing isn't the best. If I'm really taking my time, it could look nice, but it's not what I'm working toward at the moment. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways a little bit for you guys here, and I'm going to write this out. Okay, I'm just going to put Psalms. Okay, I'm going to write it out and then we're going to read it together, okay? I'm going to keep this up here. And I think I'm just going to kind of go along the lines of the valleys and the... Yes, I like that idea. And hopefully I'll be able to fit it all in. I'm going to try and write small, so hang in there with me, guys. Hopefully I can make it. Okay, and then we're going to finish it out along down here. Okay. Do we need anything else on there? I think I do want to, since I have this black pen in my hand, I think I want to put just a little image of a couple little birds flying in the air. How about that? I'm pleased with that, guys. I think that turned out much better than expected. It took a little minute, but look at that, guys. Oh, I like it. Okay, I'm going to call that done. Let's read this verse together. Psalms 23, 1 through 3. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Focal image is a shepherd along with beige, and that is going to be my collage for today, guys. Thank you so very much for stopping by my channel. I hope you liked the make today. All the information is in the description box below. Please visit all the other creators that are participating in this series. And again, if this is something that interests you, we'd love to have you. As always, take care, God bless, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.